Got a little question for you, and stick with me because it's quite controversial. Do you think that you are an imposter? Do you suffer with or struggle with imposter syndrome? Because here's the truth. You are an imposter, but not in the way that you've been led to believe. So let me explain this. There's a guy called Buckminster Fuller, and many years ago he said what is probably one of my all-time favourite quotes. And he said that everybody is born a genius, but the process of living de-geniuses them. So I'll say that one more time. Everybody is born a genius, but the process of living de-geniuses them. So what does this mean? This means this. There is a thing in Jungian psychology called the shadow, and you may have heard of the shadow. And the shadow is where we put all those parts of our personality that we don't like, those parts that we reject. Now, the parts of us that we reject go into the shadow because they don't fit with the socially accepted standards that we are born into. So you might have in your shadow anger, rage, guilt, sadness, jealousy, etc., etc. Now, how does your shadow come out in the world? Because it has to come out into the world. It comes out through a thing called projection. So we project onto others the things that we reject within ourselves. So if you, for example, hate liars and you have an emotional reaction to a liar, that's because there's a part of you that resonates with that is in your shadow. There's a part of you that believes you are that thing, therefore it annoys you. It wouldn't annoy you as much, it wouldn't have as much of an emotional sting if it doesn't attach to you in some which way, shape or form. This gets even more interesting because what people don't talk about is the light that exists within the shadow. And this is what Buckminster Fuller was talking about. When you're born with three primary needs: to survive, to reproduce, and to cooperate with others. All of those are survival instincts, yeah? They're all survival instincts. So let's talk about cooperating with others. If you're born a genius, you may be born into a group that do not consider themselves to be genius. So you were born with all this ability to be anything and everything you wish to be. The potential is unlimited, but because you don't want to be rejected by the group, you push those genius parts of you into the shadows so that you fit in, you blend in, you bland out, you grey out, all of this kind of stuff, yeah? Now, there's a thing called hero worshipping, and I don't know if you ever hero worshipped people, but I've hero worshipped people. One of my heroes is Slash from Guns N' Roses. Anybody who knows me knows I love Slash to bits. Now, hero worshipping is another version of projection. So as much as I may project the things I reject in myself, I also project the good light onto others that I can't handle myself. So there are parts of me that connect with Slash from Guns N' Roses. I love his creativity. I love his passion. I love his honesty. I like his rawness. I love the fact he doesn't give a shit what people think about him. He gets on stage, he plays that guitar like a motherfucker, and he just rules the fucking stadium. I'm not saying I rule the fucking stadium, by the way. But anyway, there are parts of me that I want out of Slash. I want those things back. Now, the question is, who do you hero worship and what are you projecting onto them? What do you most admire within them? And I want you to think, does that exist within you? And if some of those things that you admire in your heroes exist within you, what the hell lies within you? What potential lies inside of you? And the question is this, I'm getting really quite emotional about this. Now the question is this: who in your life can see the genius within you? Who sees that light within you? And who within your life is going to pull it out of you so that you can light up your world with it? Sit with that for today. It's a good question to probably answer.